Hey guys, today we have more information regarding the brand new island that we saw in the Summer Song trailer. In the actual teaser that we have actually received, we just get a general notification that the monsters are indeed finding their way to the brand new island. And they just hop off onto their boat, which they've been guided to actually make by Hula before she left, and then we actually see them heading towards the brand new island. And unlike what many of you may have expected, there are actually monsters on there that we didn't expect to actually see on the brand new island. And those monsters are Noggin, Toejammer, and Mammoth. This completely mixes things up, guys, because previously they have said before that all magical islands contain a brand new fire elemental. Yet here, we are actually seeing 3 monsters going to the island, which actually means that Sousa wouldn't actually be able to exist on the new magical island itself. From the actual monster combinations that these monsters actually provide to the brand new island, it would actually mean that Noggin, Mammoth, Toejammer, Flog, Drumpler, Maw, and T-Rox would be on the new island, and there would actually be no Sousa. I think this is great, guys, because all in all, they're doing what they want here, and even though we aren't getting Sousa, and that is a little sad, isn't it, we are going to see an amazing song, I think, because they are taking the liberty on themselves to actually just think about which monsters they'd like to bring on over to the brand new island, I think, this time, and they may be prioritizing the actual song over the monsters on the actual island, and that is definitely something that should be honored, honestly, because the song is the main component of the island. If they think that they can better it by putting those 3 monsters on there instead of bringing Sousa back, and we've had Kana for every single island pretty much now for a long time that has come to the game, so it's going to be interesting to see the monsters actually mix things up and for different monsters to actually be available on the new island. This actually does raise up the question, though, because there's lots of ambiguity around this, isn't there? It brings up the question, what exactly is going on here? Because we know now that Kana isn't present on the island, and we know that they have previously stated that all magical islands have a brand new fire triple elemental on the island. But this shows that we aren't actually going to get a brand new fire triple elemental. So that raises a question, is it even a magical island? Because they've said that previously, all magical islands have a brand new fire triple elemental. So you've got to question now, is it actually a magical island? Could it be a fire island or a magical island? They've previously said they're not interested in doing any more fire islands, and I think that was really good of them to say that, but maybe they're going to revisit the idea now. I wouldn't personally be as much of a fan as that as I would be for a brand new magical island personally, but it would be interesting to see what exactly they did, obviously, and any island is greatly appreciated. But then again, you also have to question, what if this is something else entirely, and it's not actually a brand new magical or fire island? If it was a fire island, that would mean that these following monsters would actually be present on the island. That would mean Stog, Fangler, Bosker, Seagorab, Frumble, Wink, and a never-before-seen fire elemental would actually be present on the new island. And that would be interesting because Seagorab and Frumble particularly have only just been introduced on the magical island, so seeing them come back would be interesting to see, wouldn't it? But I don't really think this is going to be the case necessarily, even though it would be cool to see a brand new quad fire elemental. Obviously they can introduce it in Dawn of Fire in means that wouldn't interfere with the actual release of islands in the main game, and we like seeing the magical monsters, I would say, favorably. And I think it would be weird to go back to the fire islands all of a sudden just because of how it brings such a unique cast of monsters to the islands. So I do think, actually, even though it may seem unlikely, I think this is going to turn out to be a magical island still. That's the most likely option, but the option that has a similar amount of likelihood to it being a brand new magical island is actually the fact it just being something completely new we've never seen before. It may not even be a magical island at this point. I obviously can't comment really what else it could particularly be if it's not a fire or magical island, because that's not something that we've seen. So if it's not something we've seen, there's not much I can say about it, really. But I do think that it is going to be a magical island still. I just think that we're not going to see Sousa now, and the monsters are going to be different, and the monsters are going to be the ones that we mentioned previously in the video, with the triple elemental actually being T-Rox, and then all of the magical monsters, the 8 new magical monsters, come in to the island as well, which will boost the overall total up of monsters on the island, won't it, to 15 monsters. Inside the actual teaser itself, we see Noggin writing Spirit of Adventure on it. Very, very cute. Obviously, a throwback to Dr. Warden E. Spirit, who discovered the epics all that time ago. And oh goodness, guys, what a throwback indeed, because this is very similar in the regard that it has been hyped up so much, this island, and it's honestly very similar to the epics and when they were released, because I believe they were very overhyped. And an island can definitely be overhyped, I do think, because it's a new island. It's the biggest thing of all, and I think it definitely warrants the right to actually be overhyped. But the epics, I'm not so sure. It was very obscure, the trailer as well, when we received it for the epics. I originally thought it was the Colossal's Eye that we actually saw in the trailer, and this was some species of colossal that we were seeing just because of the ambiguity around the trailer and how things were just so obscure and they weren't really referencing what exactly it could be, and then it turned out to be variants, and then people were upset and stuff. I mean, it was cool seeing the epics and stuff, but I hope that the hype is definitely going somewhere. Inevitably, though, I think it definitely will be, because it's a brand new island and you can't get better than that, can you? In my opinion. As for other news that we actually have regarding the new island, we have the confirmation now that more teasers are going to be coming for the new island, like what Fire Oasis had when it first released, with the teasers actually resembling what the trailer actually looked like in the end when we actually got the Fire Oasis trailer. Now, I don't know whether that will be the case for this one and whether we'll get a trailer at all. We'll have to wait and see whether we do or not, but it's definitely something to get excited about. I'll definitely be making videos on the other teasers that we actually get in the coming weeks before the island actually releases. As for the actual release of the island, we have actually received confirmation that it won't be coming now for at least a few weeks or whatever now. So now it is inevitable that this is going to be the anniversary update that we get as well, guys. Obviously, I don't know whether other things will be entwined into the update, but I would probably assume that this is going to be the main component of anniversary month now, going off of everything that we have. And it also raises a question, what exactly is going to be coming in the next 2 weeks as well for My Singing Monsters, because we have 2 weeks until anniversary now. So if they are saving this for anniversary, which indeed they are, because it's weeks away, they've said now, so they obviously are planning to save it for anniversary, so it's at least 2 weeks away now, the new island. We know that much. And even though in the other video I actually did mention it was actually quite unlikely for us to receive just a general notification for the new island, I did mention particularly how they would likely save it for anniversary month, and that is definitely what we are seeing here, guys. Whether they'll release it really early and perhaps even before anniversary month on like the 29th or whatever the date is when the Wednesday before anniversary month actually is, whether they'll release it then is completely up to debate. They have done it previously where they release anniversary month updates before anniversary actually happens, or just before it happens, I should rather say. So we'll have to see when exactly it does release. There's no confirmation necessarily on when exactly the island will release, unfortunately. So it's going to be a long couple of weeks, guys. I know, but it's going to be really exciting finding the new island and discovering all these new monsters on the brand new island, isn't it? So it's definitely not something to complain about, but it's a little annoying, isn't it, having to wait a little longer for the island, I guess. I'm not really that bothered. I'm going to enjoy the teasers coming out and the actual journey to exploring the new island. It just gets me more hyped. I'm not that bothered, but as I said in my last video, I have to speak for the community, and I know lots of you guys are probably going to be a little annoyed that we just received a notification for the brand new island. But you know what, guys? It's a new island. It's the biggest thing you can get. And the confirmation that we have regarding one actually coming is something to just get excited about, guys. And they've been working from home and they've been doing the best, and the fact that they've got this at all ready in preparation is phenomenal. Big shout out to Big Blue Bubble. They're an amazing company for putting this together, because honestly it must be a struggle for them to actually do this sort of thing, and the fact that they're going out there and doing it is absolutely amazing. So big shout out to them. And guys, I'd just like to say as well, just take it easy. You don't have to have the island right now. It's still coming. Like, there's no difference really. We're just going to receive it later. That's the only difference. So just take it easy. We don't have to complain about it. it's something good. We have a new island on the way. So guys, my general advice from this is don't overhype yourselves. I know some of you were predicting that the island would come this Wednesday. As we were saying, they may just introduce the natural monsters for now, but it's turned out that they aren't going to come until anniversary, when presumably all the new island and all the monsters will actually arrive. And the actual release of the island and everything, it's all confusing right now. Alright guys, that is all for today. I know that this was a little probably annoying to you guys expecting the new island as I've been over, but I just want you guys to be happy. It's a brand new island, guys. Let's just be happy and calm and civil. You know what? This is amazing. And I am so excited, guys. I am excited to see the new monsters. I hope it's a magical island. I really do. But even if it's not, I'm just so hyped because it's a brand new island. And that's the best thing to come to the game. So guys, I will see you next time where we may be exploring a brand new teaser for the new island yet again. I will see you later, guys. Bye.